My food is me, and this is my food. I eat my food all day, every day, and you can kind of see why. And when I talk about eating my food all day, every day, it doesn't mean I'm eating it breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I eat my food 6 times a day. I eat about 90 pounds of vegetables each month, but I am not a vegetarian or vegan. I actually always forget what the difference between the two are. I didn't use mushrooms last time I made my cooking video, and my food had 20 ingredients last time. This time my food is going to have mushrooms, and it'll total 23 ingredients. Last time I made my food video, some people commented about me using a plastic board and how bad microplastics are for you. I don't really care about microplastics or like Teflon pans, but my plastic cutting board was falling apart pretty bad. And there were some other people commenting about how healthy my food is, but I honestly don't eat my food for health reasons. I just don't like thinking about what I want to eat each and every day. Another popular comment was related to how I store my food. The last batch that I made lasted about 4.5 days, which is a day longer than my 3.5 cadence. But with 4.5 days, you can just keep it in the fridge. If you wanted to make more food, you would probably have to keep it in the freezer, but I've never done that before. Not using any seasoning was also something that was pointed out, because I don't use any seasoning or sauce or salt in my food. I don't use any seasonings because vegetables suck, and like seasoning is not going to help make vegetables taste better. That's just not the case. Like, this is kale, right? Like I can't imagine that any seasoning is going to make kale taste better. I don't really know what kale tastes like anyway because of how I make my food, so it really doesn't even matter. So if adding seasoning or sauce only makes my food marginally taste better, I would rather just have my food be sugar and sodium free. But things like sugar and salt, it's bad for your body probably if you overconsume it. But sugar and salt are good for your soul, so you should always make some time to eat them. Just in case you're wondering, I have tried food processor before to dice my vegetables, but they just don't come out that good. Some pieces are bigger than others, and they just don't come out the way I want them to. When you eat like this, you don't worry about like cutting out sugar and salt. In fact, it's the opposite. There are times when I go out of my way to consume some sodium and sugar because I get so little of it when I'm just eating my food. And that concept is probably one of the best things about my food. When I want to eat something else other than my food, like I don't call it a treat or a cheat meal or like a guilty pleasure. No, I'm eating something else because I want to, and I don't feel bad about it whatsoever. So I hope people find a way to eat without cutting stuff out, because cutting stuff out never works. It never works in the long run. After I'm done chopping the vegetables, my mixing bowl looks like this. It looks absolutely beautiful. I love it so much. It makes all the chopping worth it. Then you mix it up. And the reason why I buy about 10 pounds of vegetables is because I don't want to spill any vegetables when I'm mixing it up in this mixing bowl. I don't know if my mixing bowl looks more beautiful pre or post mix. And by the way, I have no idea what micronutrients are in my vegetables. Just like microplastic, I really couldn't care less about micronutrients. I just eat this because it looks beautiful. Here are my chicken breasts and tofu cooking. And yes, that is a Teflon pan. And before you guys tell me about how bad Teflon pans are for you because of the forever chemicals, it's not that bad. It's just once the coating starts wearing off, throw it out and get a new one. Can't forget about mushrooms. And yes, once again, that is a Teflon pan. And yes, I know it can be bad for you because of the forever chemicals. After chopping all the vegetables, we got brown rice and quinoa. Quinoa is considered a superfood, but honestly, it's just plant proteins. After the brown rice and quinoa are washed, I add in my legumes. These are pinto beans, black beans, red kidney beans, green split peas, chickpeas, and lentils. Once the vegetables are done cooking, I'm gonna add in my tofu, mushroom, and chicken breast mix. And then my brown rice, quinoa, and legume mix. I know I talked about plant protein a lot in this video, but my favorite source of protein is actually steak. My food is me, and this is my food. If you guys watched the whole video, thank you so much. I'll see you guys next time.